When I first walked into the apartment, it was so dark I could hardly see the interior without switching the lights on. No one lived in the apartment for many years, so it was in a very bad condition. The idea was to create a flexible and comfortable space with its own personality. We wanted to bring in light and color and make the space suitable for a young person to inhabit it. The owner of the apartment, Carmen, she used to live in Athens, but she now rents the apartment to Takis, a young designer who has lived in the apartment for a few years. My name is Federica, I'm from Italy, and I currently live and work in Athens as a freelance architect and illustrator. The apartment is located in Exarcheia, in the center of Athens. This neighbourhood is well known for its cultural scene and historical and political significance. It often attracts young people, students, artists and also tourists. It was built in the 60s and is located on the ground floor of a polykateikia, which is the typical type of residential building in Athens. Carmen's brief was for the space to be flexible, more open and comfortable to live in. The original layout consisted of 4 rooms. The overall atmosphere felt claustrophobic and the flow between spaces was disjointed and confusing. Since the first priority was to maximize the natural light distribution, we decided to create an open plan. We demolished most of the interior walls and we readjusted all the layout, except for the bathroom, which stayed in its original position, but it was completely restyled. The kitchen was moved to the other side of the apartment and is now a lot bigger, brighter and functional. In its place, we created a compact bedroom with a tiny office that can quickly disappear behind the curtain wall. This solution allowed us to optimize the footprint of the living space, while also keeping visual privacy between the 2 areas.
What does a magazine look like when you jam it full of intoxicating Greekness, dreamlike logic, Campeggio's convertible creations, roboty sculptures, Jaime Hayon's contagious creative compulsions, intimate home portraits from Japan, and Enzo Mari-inspired creatures? Well, it looks like this, and this, and this, this, and this. And it includes sexy as hell small apartments from Amsterdam, Athens, and Milan too, as well as a spectacular archive of stickers and labels telling stories of design histories. And it also features the 100% definitive and scientifically proven principles of timeless design.
Disclaimer, not 100% definitive or scientifically proven.
Wait, there's more. There is a salami factory turned art museum, and there are very unkitcheny kitchens, laundries, legacies, mythology, and some seriously hot pots. Oh my. Get your copy now.
At the entrance of the apartment, there is a small nook with a custom-made closet. It also serves as a storage for the entrance and hides some of the apartment services. The closet doors are mirrored, so you can check your outfit, but also helps to reflect even more light in the entrance. Between the entrance and the kitchen, the demolition of an old storage revealed a hidden curved wall from the building staircase. We kept it because we loved the look it gives to the entrance. It also inspired me to smooth the opposite corner of the kitchen counter. From the start, Carmen requested a fully equipped kitchen in a calm, neutral color palette. As the ceiling is 3 meters high, I designed narrow cabinets to emphasize the tall ceiling and to leave space above to place plants and other items. The kitchen is L-shaped and wraps around the window, so you can look out at the courtyard while using the sink. We chose a custom cream varnish for the cabinets and a Portuguese pink marble for the countertop. Instead of handles for the cabinets, we chose circle cutouts. This also helps to give the kitchen a clean, compact look. A LED was added under the cabinets to serve both as a practical light and as ambient lighting in the evenings. I chose a round dining table as it was the most flexible option and it doesn't impose on the space. On the table, I chose a green pendant to sit in the middle of the kitchen. The living room is an open space together with the kitchen and the dining. I wanted to create a flexible space so Carmen and now Takis can use the space how they prefer. Takis added a beanbag chair and made the coffee table from one large piece of tile and concrete blocks for the base. Having all these elements sit lower to the ground helps to make the space feel more spacious and visually less obstructive. He also added a small projector that he places on the coffee table and projects onto the bedroom wall. We introduced glass brick partitions on the main façade to bring in more natural light. We choose to use green for the window to recall the original shutter's color and also to frame even more the view of the plants outside. Given the size of the apartment, we decided to prioritize the living area and to shrink the typical bedroom into an alcove. I designed the bedroom to have the mattress sit directly on the raised platform to keep the space minimal, low and uncluttered. I mixed open shelves with closed panels and perforated sliding doors to diversify the storage and create a nice background as a headboard. There are power sockets here for a lamp and to charge your phone. For the bedroom lighting, we opted for Artemide Teti wall lamps because they are minimal and fun. We took advantage of the space under the window in the bedroom to create a tiny office, and Takis added an extension to create a workstation. Some of the pipes from the building heating system run just under our ceiling. We built a false arch in the bedroom that conceals the pipes, while also framing the space and creating a sense of privacy for the sleeping area. Just outside the bathroom, I added a built-in storage unit for the water boiler, the washing machine, and cleaning products. The bathroom doesn't have any windows, so my proposal was to emphasize the atmosphere by choosing a monochromatic approach. The walls and the floor in the bathroom are in cobalt blue microcement, as well as the custom-made sink. The large mirror above also takes up the entire wall and really helps to open up the space. The original bathroom had a deep nook where the toilet was. We decided to reuse this nook to create a walk-in shower. A wall-hung toilet was chosen to keep the ground free. It also makes it easier to clean. The bathroom door is custom-made. I added portals to the upper section of the door that allows light to pass through and give a glimpse of the blue behind. The circular pattern throughout the apartment was a spontaneous design choice that started with the glass bricks motif. It reappears in the custom door, furniture details and in the bathroom basin, and it's a playful touch to tie the space together and give it a distinct personality. The color of the living area floor continues outside to the patio to make it feel more uniform and to create an extension of the living area. We added lots of plants and some outdoor furniture, so it has become a nice place to have lunch and entertain friends. I think that to reuse and refurbish small spaces in the center of the cities allows us to inhabit them because now they became too expensive and not affordable anymore. It's important to reimagine these spaces in a way that is not only functional but also feels pleasant and flexible, which is a fundamental quality when the square meters are limited.
Sign up to our newsletter for subscriber-only content and exclusive offers. Visit nevertoosmall.com/subscribe.